everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today's reading is all about how your person feels about you right now. So I've got 3 groups for you to choose from. These cards are cards that actually came up in the readings. I'm actually doing this introduction after the readings. So group 1, your card is, and this is just one of many obviously that came up, is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Group 2, you have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. And group 3, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. All right, there you go. Pick your group. Go down into the description box and click on the timestamp for that group and it'll take you right to your reading, and I will see you there. Thanks, y'all. Hey, group 1. Okay, we're going to take a look at how your person feels about you. So let's see. Let's start with some oracle cards, and then we'll do some tarot, and we'll finish up with messages. We have pay attention to red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Interesting. All right, let's take a look at the tarot. Ooh. We have the Chariot, the 4 of Wands, and the Page of Wands reversed. Yeah, I'm going to pull a few more here. We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed, Judgment reversed, and the Hanged Man. Interesting. Okay, give me just a second while I take these in, and then we'll talk about what's going on here. All right. So, first of all, the person that you're here to see is worth waiting for, okay? And that's a key message here, because it looks like waiting is going to be a theme here for you. And that is one of the red flags. So, they're not ready. They're trying to get ready, or hold on. Okay, they understand that you want more of a commitment. And they're not ready. They're just not ready. So early on, or prior to now anyway, your person really pursued you. Did all the things, right? Gave, just gave you everything. Took you out, wined you, dined you, you name it, however it applies to your situation, they did it. They really wanted to sweep you off your feet and make you theirs, you know, in a good way, not in a creepy way. They were determined to win your love. And they did. It worked. But that's when things started to go a little out of balance. They won your love, and then the next step is now you want commitment. You know, whether that be engagement or marriage, or if it's just whatever the next step is in your particular relationship. You're ready, they are not. And what's coming basically is this lack of movement, which I know is probably not what you want to hear. But let me pull some clarifying cards. I just want to get a little more information here. Spirit, can you give me one card to tell me more about this Judgment in reverse, along with the Four of Wands? Thank you. All right, the Lover's card. They love you. So if you are doubting, if their hesitation is creating doubt in your mind about whether they love you and want to spend the rest of their life with you, or can imagine themselves spending the rest of their life with you, they can, and they do love you. They see you as the light of their life, is what I'm hearing. You are, it's like you are their other half. And not that either one of you is a half of anything, but what I'm hearing, maybe this will resonate specifically to someone, but what I'm hearing is you're the pea to their pod. They really, really love you. So don't let doubts creep in. They are just, they're hesitating for other reasons. Spirit, do you want to talk about what those reasons are? All right. All right, they're telling me to pull a card on that. So we're going to pull a card and see what that looks like. Granted, it may be different for everybody watching, but maybe we can get a general theme here. Is this it? Yeah. Ace of Cups. What I'm hearing is this is new for them. They've never been in a serious relationship, or if they have, their heart wasn't in it like it is now. And it's a little overwhelming. So it's not even that they don't love you, it's almost like they love you too much, and it's overwhelming. All of it is overwhelming, and it's all happening very quickly in their perspective. And they want to get it right. All right, Spirit, can you give us one card for the Hanged Man and the Page of Wands reversed? Just so we can kind of see what to expect there as things sort of get stalled. All right, we have King of Swords. They're trying to balance out this emotional overload by like putting a pin in the emotions almost and forcing themselves to think more logically. They want to make sure they're not like jumping into something so quickly that they don't consider it first. They really want to look at this from a very logical perspective. The emotions keep coming up, but what I'm seeing is they're trying to put a pin in it and say, okay, wait, step back, do a checklist, do a whatever. Let's make sure this is the right thing before we move forward. All right, anything else there, Spirit? All right, what I'm hearing is your person is worried. They're the ones that are worried about red flags. It's like they see rushing into a commitment as a red flag for some reason. It's like they want to know you better before they lock it down, is what I'm hearing. It is not from a lack of love. And remember, worth waiting for. Worth waiting for. All right. Okay, let's get some messages here. Okay. We have battle. I've tried my best to move on, but I can't seem to let you go. Surprise. Big happy changes are coming when you least expect it. Confusion. I don't know. And fantasy. I wish I could. In their mind, they're putting to themselves different scenarios. What would it feel like if we didn't move to this next step? You know, is this person the one? They're going through every scenario in their head to make sure that you're the one. They feel in their heart that you are. The challenge is they're not trusting their heart. They're not believing their heart. But the big happy changes are coming. I do believe that. I 1000% believe it. It may be a little bit of a wait. But be open to divine timing. All right, they want to give you one more card on this deck. And then I've got another deck for you as well. Home. You're the missing puzzle piece that makes me feel that I'm right where I belong. See, I told you there isn't a doubt that they love you. There isn't a doubt that their heart wants to move forward, take the next step, spend the rest of their life with you, whatever that next step is. It's their head that's getting in the way right now. What I'm hearing is they think you are amazing, but they want to be sure. It's their head not trusting their heart and just needing more time. All right, let's see what other messages we have. Okay. I'm afraid of being abandoned again. This love is too complicated. I feel like you manipulated me, and I just can't. Please stop asking. Yet they do feel a little bit like you're pressuring them to take this next step. So you may want to just take a deep breath and like give them some space and let them, let them come to this decision on their own. And won't that feel better, if they come with this decision on their own without feeling pressured. I do understand, nobody wants to wait forever. But good things are coming with this partnership. My advice based on what I see here and what I know is give them a little more time. Give them a little more time. All right, do you have anything else, Spirit? All right. They want to give you another message. You are my best friend. And I got one more for you. So maybe y'all were friends before things, turned romantic, which is wonderful. Try to keep that friendship, that sense of friendship alive, because it's important. And were you just using me? Yeah, they're really feeling, and that may be one of the red flags for them, is the pressuring. And you may feel like you're not pressuring them. I'm not saying that you are, but they feel like you are. And that's, from their perspective, that's what matters. That's what you came here to find out. So, maybe just reassure them that you're not pressuring them. And, trust in your heart that this is a relationship that is meant to be. And if you just allow divine timing to play out, everything will work smoothly without any hard feelings, without anyone feeling like rushed or delayed, if you just allow things to happen in divine time. All right, Spirit, anything else? Any other messages? No? All right, that's it, y'all. Thanks for being here. I hope that was helpful, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye. Hey, group 2. All right, let's take a look at how your person feels. Oop, jeez. All right, hold on. Just throwing cards around right off the bat. All right. I'm going to start with some oracle cards, and then I have some tarot cards, and finally I have a couple of message decks for you so we can get a full picture here of how your person feels. Okay. We have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. And attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. All right, let's get some tarot. There is a lot of energy in here for your reading, I gotta tell you. I tried to start the video lots of times and my camera kept like blurring out and shutting down, and Then the cards go all over the place. This reading, there's some energy in here. Okay. All right. We have the World in reverse. Eight of Swords reverse. Seven of Cups reversed. And let's get a few more. Okay. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Temperance reversed. And the Devil reversed. All right, give me just a second while I take these in and get some initial messages for you. All right, they are your person is feeling out of balance right now. They're coming from a place where things between you were happening very slowly. And maybe not even slowly enough for them. They have a lot of hesitation, not a lack of love, but a lot of hesitation. And so they were moving very slowly, but where they are now feels a little out of balance. Almost like things are happening. Doors are opening. They're starting to see things in a new way. And it's sort of throwing them off course a little bit, in their head. There's some sadness here. So I don't know if you guys are separated right now, or maybe you're fighting, maybe you're not speaking, maybe you're together and you just don't feel as close as you used to. It will be different for different people, so you know your situation, but it has them feeling empty. But at the same time, it is also opening their eyes to the situation. And they're starting to realize that moving slow is one thing, but they're starting to see that there was no movement, almost no movement at all. And so here they are, like not progressing within themselves, within the relationship, or not progressing very much, but you are. And they're starting to see that gap between you. And it hurts them. They don't want you to slip away. They liked it better when you were going at their pace, but they're seeing now that their pace wasn't your pace and wasn't necessarily reasonable for you. But they are gaining more clarity. They are shedding some of the fears that they've had about relationships in general, not necessarily just yours, but I feel like they've had tricky, challenging relationships in the past that they don't feel the need to repeat. They don't, it's like they would rather have no relationship than get tied down in the crap, the nonsense that they dealt with before. They would rather have their freedom than have it be that. They don't feel like they have that with you. Things are good with you. But there's fear there that they haven't overcome. But to be honest, they haven't really tried to overcome it. I mean, they have tried, but not enough. The World card reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed. It's pretty much a standstill. Like waiting for change to just happen to them instead of working on it, working on themselves, working toward the change. And you have finally gotten to this point where you've freed yourself from that scenario. And you have made the decision to move forward. Not to say that you have thrown them away, that you've given up on them. But you have decided not to put your life on hold while they're not ready, while they continue to not be ready and not do the, what needs to be done on their end. And maybe you don't even know what needs to be done on their end, but you can feel, you can sense that things were not moving, that you were feeling held back. Your life was on hold in some sense. And you're freeing yourself from that and stepping forward and trusting that if this relationship is meant to be, that they will catch up. But it does have them feeling very emotionally out of balance. All right. Spirit, can you give us one card, please, for the Eight of Swords reversed and the Temperance reversed? Can you just tell us a little bit more about that? All right. We have the Death card. You're stepping forward, stepping away, I should say. Kind of stepping into your power and owning that. There's no ultimatums, there's no, do this or I'll leave. I don't feel that at all. What I feel is you saying, I can't wait anymore. And that rattled them. It probably rattled you as well. It probably was something that was incredibly hard to do. But when your gut tells you, when your intuition tells you it's time, and you listen, that's when real change happens. And it threw them out of balance. But it did trigger change. Now, what that change will lead to, I can't say yet, but there is an ending here. Is it an ending to your relationship? Or is it an ending to them stalling? So let's take a look. Spirit, can you give us another card, please, for the Seven of Cups reversed and the Devil reversed? I do feel that the death, the ending, is an ending to this situation. If you can see this Death card, she is looking to the left. She's looking at these cards, this stagnation. You know, like ready to strike. She's putting an end to that. Okay. Oh, and we have the Tower card reversed. Things are going to change. Your person is moving toward more clarity. They don't want you to pull so far away from them that you start looking for someone else, that you find someone else, that your heart doesn't need them anymore. They don't want the gap between you to get so big that happens. And they do have that fear. And they also have this fear of looking at their past, looking at their childhood, looking at the things that hold them back in relationships and probably have their entire life. There's a fear of facing that and fixing that. But they are breaking those chains and starting to shake things up within themselves a bit. You know, so this Tower card, this is an inner tower for them. Meaning the changes that happen aren't going to be external so much as internal. They're going to get to this place of they have no other choice. They can't let you go. They have to trust also. And what I'm being drawn to on this card is down here where it says, enjoying this moment fully. What they're moving toward is being present with you, with life, with themselves, letting go of the past, letting go of the hurt that once was, and just being present. All right, let's get some messages. See what your person would have to say here. Okay. We have freedom. I can't be tied down right now. I have too many interests. Yeah. Battle. I've tried my best to move on, but I can't seem to let you go. Anger. I'm upset and I need some time to cool down. And within a year or more. So I can't be tied down right now. You know, I need my freedom. That's their fear, right? We talked about that earlier about past relationships. They would rather have their freedom and not be tied down and not be in a relationship than be, you know, too committed into a relationship that is going to end up controlling their life like ones have in the past. There is a big fear there. It's like in their heart or their mind, like love isn't real. love is this big illusion, this big fantasy that happens, and you fall, and it's wonderful, and it's amazing, and then life happens, and reality happens, and, SHIT happens, and then you're stuck. That's how they feel. But at the same time, they cannot let you go. So they're battling themselves. It's like they are literally fighting themselves over this. They know what they want, but they can't seem to get there. And this has probably been going on for a while, within a year or more. I don't see this card as this is going to continue for another year. I see it as this has all been happening within a year or so. Like before a year or so, things may have seemed easy and good, and you may be wondering what happened. Why all of a sudden is this fear of being around you, of, partnering up with you. But things got serious in their mind and in their heart. And that's when they started to battle themselves over it. All right, they want to give me one more card here. So let's give group 2 one more of these cards, and then I've got another deck for you, so hold tight. All right, regrets. I should have, I could have, I would have. Yeah, they're having a lot of regrets right now. They wish they had done things differently. But in all reality, I don't think they could have done things differently with you, because they hadn't done things differently with themselves. Like, they have to heal themselves. They have to face their fears of commitment, of relationships, of, being with someone and believing and trusting that their life will be better with you in it. And they know that, but then they battle it. And they say, well, yeah, that's how it is now, but what happens, a year from now when everything goes bad or whatever. They just, it's like they're a relationship pessimist. So they have a lot of regrets. And they wish they had done things differently with you. But where they need to start is with themselves. And they are. They're starting to see that now. All right, Spirit, anything else from this deck? All right, let's see what we got from this other deck. All right, I have, you built me up and broke me down. I wish I could stop thinking about you. There's so much I want to tell you. Yeah, you walking away, that triggered them, that hurt them, that woke them up. And I don't see it that you did it to be mean or cruel or angry or bitter. You did it for yourself. And you may have told them, I'm never going to leave you. It's, And so now they're thinking, you built me up and then you broke me, walked away. I think your heart is still in it, but you did what you had to do. All right, let's get a couple more. Okay. I hate how things ended, and could you be my soulmate? I think they think about this soulmate issue a lot. They think that you are their soulmate, but they're not sure. They're not sure, I think, because they've been in relationships before where that soulmate term has been batted around, and they believed it then too. So, was that real, or were they duped? And is it real now or not? So they're so confused. I mean, I feel for them. But you don't need to get caught in the middle of that. You can't fix them. You can't heal them. Only they can. And they have to want to. Really, really, really want to. All right, Spirit wants to give you one more message here. I feel like a fool. They don't want to feel like an idiot and make the mistake again. They also don't want to let you go and lose you. They don't want to be made fun of for making the same mistake again and jumping into a relationship that is doomed to fail. They're really worried about appearances. Kind of. Or what other people think, or how they appear. It's not even that they're worried about what will this person over here think. It's almost like they're worried about how they will appear to themselves. They judge themselves a lot, very harshly, picking apart everything they say and do. And I think that goes back to their childhood, where their every action was probably criticized and judged. And so that dialogue continues to happen, but now it's happening within their own head. They do have a lot of healing to do. They have a lot of things they need to face and acknowledge and move on from. I do believe that they are willing to do it. I do believe that you stepping away and taking care of yourself was the right move. It feels right to me. Judge for yourself in your situation, but it does feel right because it feels like you are doing what you need to do for you. Not out of anger or bitterness or as an ultimatum, but just moving forward in your life. And without you as their anchor, they're sort of lost. They're unstable. They've got to do something now. And so they will. All right, group 2, that's it. Your reading was a long one. Sorry about that, but I hope it was worthwhile. And thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, group 3. All right, let's see how your person feels about you. I'm going to start with some oracle cards, and then we've got some tarot cards for you. And finally, I have messages from your person. All right. Okay. We have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And they want to give you 3. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. It's an interesting mix. Don't let that last one scare you. I've had that card come up before, and it doesn't always mean what it looks like. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Okay, we have 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and the King of Wands. Let's get a few more. Okay. 8 of Swords reversed, Knight of Wands, and Strength. All right, give me just a sec while I take these cards in and get some initial messages for you. All right, what I'm getting right off the bat is that your person is a little bit of a player. Is or was. Someone who's very used to juggling relationships. That may have happened with you, and you may know about it, where they were dating other people when they met you. But certainly in their past, it is sort of who they are or were and what they did. Juggled partners. They didn't like feeling, trapped in by a relationship. So they always kind of kept their options open. Right now, what I see is that they're really taking some time to consider this relationship, this situation with you. And they're not entirely sure where they stand. They're very much this Knight of Wands energy. The Knight of Wands is someone who races in and then races back out. And you'll notice the horse is headed this way. He's looking that way. They don't know what they want. Do they want that old life of, dating lots of people casually, not getting tied down, not committed, not getting in a commitment? Or do they want to move into the future? And they are taking the time. This 4 of Swords shows me that they are taking some time to consider it calmly, rationally. as things move forward, as they move forward, you know, part of them is not going to change. They're still going to be this fiery, passionate person that they are. They may be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but they don't necessarily have to be. But I do see them maturing, going from the Knight of Wands to the King of Wands, and making some changes. At least being open to the idea of being tamed is what I'm hearing. All right, let's get some clarifying cards. All right, I just want to stop for 1 second. Spirit is just drawing my attention to this card. You may feel like you have more feelings for them than they have for you, like they could take or leave the situation. You know, if you notice in this card, here's this gallant, you know, prince, charming, whatever, kissing her hand, but look at all these other women in the background. It's like he's kissing your hand, but keeping his options open. In some ways, that is your person, or was your person. But I feel this energy is more yours, meaning that it's a fear. And it's a perfectly logical fear for you to have. But Spirit is saying, urging you to stay optimistic, to stay positive. Because we do see them they are making an effort internally. You may not even know it, but internally they are really considering you and this relationship and where it's going and what that looks like for them and for you, for the two of you. But we do see them being open to positive change, to commitment in the near future. So, all right, Spirit, can you tell us more about what's going on with them now, with the Four of Swords and the Knight of Wands? What else can you tell us about that? Six of Swords. Yeah, they're debating right now. Stay or go. Move on or make this work. They are leaning towards getting in that boat with you and starting a new life with you. They are leaning that direction right now, whether you realize it or not. They do know that if they do, that they have to leave this old life behind. The player life has to be put to bed if they're going to move forward with you and start a new life with you. And by new life with you, I don't mean that y'all are moving or moving in together or getting married. You might be, but I think that's a big step for your person. New life means, in this instance, letting go of the old them and maturing into a new them. Starting a new life as this new person who doesn't need to play around, doesn't need to jump from bed to bed, doesn't need to have multiple people to keep them busy. It would be a completely new life and a new way of living for them to settle down, but they are considering it seriously and even leaning toward it. Okay, Spirit, can you give us one card for the King of Wands and the Strength, please? we have the Six of Cups reversed. Moving away from the past. No longer feeling nostalgic for this old way of life. This is what they're moving toward. A more mature way of living. You know, a partnership. And letting go of like childish ways of the past. They're letting go. They are moving toward that. So I hope that's good news for you. I'm assuming it is. All right, let's get some messages for you. Unresolved. So much has happened between us in the past. Can we work through it again? Heart. I love you. Time. I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? Yeah, they do understand that it's a little bit of now or never with you. You know, you're ready for more of a commitment. And you want somebody who only wants to date you. And they love you. And I feel like that surprises them. Like they weren't expecting that. Which is why they're considering, you know, who they are and who they want to be. All right, Spirit wants to give you a couple more here. Okay. Foolish. I feel like an idiot for the choices I've made. I wasn't thinking clearly at the time. And freedom. I can't be tied down right now. I have too many interests. Yeah, they're going back and forth, back and forth. They're looking at their options. They're looking at the past going, all right, it does seem a little foolish to not settle down, to not commit to this person that I love. But at the same time, you know, there's this pull toward freedom. But they're moving toward you. They are changing, they are maturing, and that's great news. So stay optimistic. Definitely stay optimistic. All right, let's see what other messages we have for you. Okay. All right, I have, you are smothering me. You took a piece of my heart when you left. You don't know the real me, and you inspire me every day. For sure, the idea of commitment is a little bit smothering to them because they're not used to it. But there is love there, and love is winning. And they feel like, you know, you don't know who they're becoming or even who they are now. You know who they were. But they're changing already. And you are their inspiration. You are the reason why they are maturing and growing and becoming the person they were meant to be, and sort of letting go of those childish ways. All right, group 3, that is all I have for you. I hope that was helpful. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate your watching, your comments, your likes, your subscribes. It's all fantastic for me. All right. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.